Hey everybody, Spidey09 here. I hope you're having a marvelous day. We've got some marvelous packs to open here. We've got 1996 Marvel Masterpiece packs. And yeah, I just want to hang out a little bit and possibly talk about, what I want to do with these packs and maybe open one. So we're just going to hang out for a few minutes, give some people time to jump on. If you're there and you can hear me and the audio and everything's good, let me know. That way I can make any adjustments I need before we get going. So we've got 3 packs here. And if you're familiar with the channel, you know that I had previously opened up 1 pack here. You can't tell because I opened it in a way that would allow me to reseal it, so to speak. Awesome. Everything sounds great. Thanks, Jago. What's up, Kevin X? And yeah, this was really pretty special to hit. Had a lot of fun. This particular pack here did not have the hole punched there for the peg, but these do, all 3 of them here. So I've got 3 packs. They've been punched. These were likely hanging on a peg at some point in time, and you can tell. Yeah, let's chat, man. Let's do it. But you can tell right here that it was hanging on a peg, and that's damaged. And so, yeah, I just really want to open up one of these tonight. So I've got to decide which one. Yeah, Ling, we want to open up one. So I want you to take a look at it with me. You can see it well. And my first question for you guys is, when PSA, if I were to send this to PSA to be graded, right? Do you think they'll grade just the pack itself, or would they grade this whole blister here or whatever it's called? I'm thinking just the pack, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's what you wanted to talk about. No, I don't do drugs. I don't have scales in the house other than like to weigh myself, but no like gram scales or anything like that. What's up, Adam? How's it going? And yeah, no, I don't. I understand in the card business that might be useful to have, but I don't have one. Let me see if I could just feel it. Can I feel the weight difference? All right, got that one. How about this one? Ooh, that one feels a little weighty. So watch me open. What am I? Why do I want to know the weights? Huh? Can you tell us? Because for those who don't know, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Watch Me Open and his channel, he's got a Marvel channel, which is amazing. Does one-of-a-kind content, which is a lot of fun. But he opened up a whole case plus some additional packs of this set. And he's like one of the only people I know that did it on camera. So it's a pretty cool account and history of what it would have been like to open up a box of these, because these packs, they're hard to come by. This particular one here back last year in like March, April cost me $400. The going price for these right now is like $500 or $600. But yeah, so Jago, you're with me. You think just grading the packs. So Bryce, what's up, man? For those who are just joining us, we've got 3 packs of Marvel Masterpieces here, and we're going to open up one of them. At least one, maybe two. I don't know. But we're going to definitely keep 1 pack to grade. So Watch Me Here says, let's everybody see the comment. A 96 pack with all the bases will be the lightest, 6 bases and a gallery middleweight, and 6 bases and a double impact is the heaviest. Okay. So I don't have a scale. All I have is my hands here, which is probably a terrible way to try to judge this. I have one of those old balance scales. That'd be cool. Oh, you're going to open 2? Yeah, I know I'm going to open 2. Well, you never know. Yeah, you never know, right? I might surprise myself. So the other thing for me to look for besides weight is which one of these packs looks the best. Here, this one's got some kind of ding there, but I don't know that this actually affected the pack. I will say, because of the way these are held in these blisters or whatever they're called, these card backs, these packs are preserved pretty well. Any kind of damage is taken here on the edges. It's got some scuffing there, but I don't think that's affected the pack. Some kind of discoloration. Looks like maybe, I don't know, something's going on there. I don't know if y'all can see that. But this one is not as prominent as that one. I don't know what PSA is going to be looking for, like, yeah, balance scale would work. I don't know what, how they're going to be grading these packs. I really have no clue. So I think my mind's made up. I think I want to go with this one. It has some discoloration on the pack, and from a weight standpoint in my hands here, it looks like it, maybe is heavier than the other ones. So let's see, how do we want to open this? Okay. So I'm trying to remember, last time I opened on the side here, but I think Bill, did you open from the side or the bottom? Which one? What's up, House and Hobby? How's it going? Say, rip one, enjoy one. Yeah, the individual cards. Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely ripping one. Yeah, I'm going to do the one with the white fleck. You're right. You're right. And thanks, Mr. J. Hawk. You would not grade the pack, but either rip or keep it in the blister. That's an interesting thought. It's hard to know pack grading since there are not a ton of packs graded. Well, that's kind of why I want to get it graded, because so many people rip these. The Pokemon packs, they look crimped on the bottom and top. How even well is the centering? Okay, that's a good point. So let's take another look at this and think about centering. Okay, crimped. So without knowing what a perfect center looks like, this one is more off-centered for sure than these two. You can kind of tell. See where 7 cards is listed here? See how thin that is in comparison to this one? And even this one. So this is the one I wanted to rip. But now with centering in play, I'm thinking maybe this one. So Jago, that's a great point. So what do you guys think? You think I should go with this one, even though it doesn't have the flex, but it's clearly difference in centering? Hold cards until CGC will grade them. Yeah, that's actually a good idea too. Although, with the black pack, it would look good in blue, but SGC would look great, that black on black. But man, I probably will put it in a PSA slab for sure. So, okay, go with this one because of the fact that it's not centered. Is that what y'all are saying? Okay, well, if you're going to open 2, I hear you. I'm not there yet. I might get there, but I'm not there yet. Okay, so I think I want to open from the side again, just like this. Watch me cut my finger off here. Go right in there surgically. Ooh, it just feels dangerous, guys. Look at that. I tell you, it cuts nicely. It really does. Get a little bit of this corner so I can get it out of the pack without really messing stuff up. And here we go, guys. There it is. How's she look? She looks even better out of the blister, doesn't it? Thank you. I really appreciate the advice. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're ripping this off-centered one here. And I really want to take my time with this. I know sometimes there's a desire to kind of blow through things, but when I opened up the last pack, yeah, Car Boss, you joined just in time for the Marvel Masterpiece rip. And yeah, I didn't sleeve the cards last time as I was going through it. And again, if you've been following the channel, you know that I got those cards graded and they didn't come back like I wanted them to. So I'm pretty sure the way I handled them had something to do with it. So I'm going to take the time to cut the sleeves here because I'm not a master sleever like some people. And we're going to sleeve every card as we reveal it. have some fun with it, take our time. Yeah, here we go, guys. Hey, what's up, Dustin? Y'all, my twin brother is in here. Yes, I have a twin. Actually, so he's really one of the reasons why this whole Marvel card channel really became what it is today. It was more of a Marvel Legends channel with some comic books and things like that. But then one day he came in, he was like, hey, have you been hearing what's happening with Marvel cards? And we literally just sat down and started recording the video right then. And so really owe my twin brother Dustin quite a bit for the growth of, my Marvel collection and this hobby and this channel. What's up, Marvel guy? Oh, the whole family's here. Look, we got Papa Juju in the house. What's up, Dad? Yeah, I'm a twin. Yes, that's where the other half of me is. And, Dustin, all right, so let me tell you the story of how we got this cards. I know it probably feels like I'm drawing it out, but so I get an email where somebody had watched a previous video of me opening up the Marvel Masterpiece pack, and my email's on my YouTube, and so he sent me an email and said, hey, look, I've got 5 packs, make me an offer. It got 5 packs of Marvel Masterpiece, made me an offer. And I was like, hey, look, these things go for $400 to $600 on eBay. What do you want for them? He was like, I don't care, just make me an offer. And about that same time, I get a phone call, and it's from a friend of mine, or a message really, and he lets me know that someone else is being offered 5 packs of Marvel Masterpieces. And so it felt kind of icky at that point. I'm like, okay, am I getting scammed? Well, I got the guy that was emailing me to give me his phone number, and we wound up talking. And he was like, you know what? I had actually already offered these to somebody else. But if you want them, you can have them. And I'll do $100 a pack, which was like, so cheap for what these go for. I was like, you know what? You really need to honor the agreement you have with the other person. If you get any more of these packs, call me back. If the deal falls through, call me back. Well, the person that had that deal in place first found out about that and reached out to me and said, you know what? You can have a pack for $100. And let me get them off of him for $100. And then eventually actually sold me 3 of them for $100. So I actually got these packs for $100 a pack. And so really happy to have them. It worked out anyways. It just proves that it's doing the right thing is worth it. You can't lose when you do the right thing. And, so I'm so excited. All right, so let's get into this pack. Does anybody know where the hit is? Like if there is a double impact or a gold gallery, where does this hit? Is it the 4th card, 3rd card? What is it? Because I cannot remember. I think, if my memory serves me correctly, it's the 5th card. This pack is not opening like I want it to. I'm hot. I'm nervous, guys. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to change the camera here to let you see more of this. Yeah, the value's gone. Yep, it is. All right, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. They're all hits? Yeah, you know what? That's actually true. That is actually true. All right. You would think I've never opened a pack before because of how I'm wanting to do this. All right, we're all going to see the first card. Let's get centered here. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Papa Juju, these are 1996 Marvel Masterpieces, and that is Onslaught. And that looks fantastic. And we're going to reveal the next card, and we're going to sleeve this one. Oh, cool. Look, we got another baddie. We got Apocalypse. Look at that, guys. That looks good. That's a dual, so you can see our Archangel's or Angel's wing right there. So good. So good. We'll get this one sleeved. And our next one is Doc Ock. We got another dual. Not my favorite card here, but still cool. Get this one sleeved. Okay, I see a cool card, guys. Look at that. We got a Spider-Man. How about that? Oh, I love it. That is fantastic, guys. We get a Genesis Spider-Man. That is awesome. I need a heads up text when you start these, bro. Hey, I apologize. Brother said to give me the last card. Okay. Yeah, that is awesome. That's a little Spidey Juju right there. And I'm going to go ahead and show the back card. And we got another Spider-Man. Look at that. Whoa. How cool is that, guys? We've got two Spider-Mans out of one pack. Spidey gets Spidey. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I think the hit is the fifth card. So we're just gonna reveal it. Hold on. I don't know what it is or if it's anything, but we got a Rogue. I love this card. And this is one I need. And as my buddy Brett would say, anything with a moon makes it better. Got that moon in the background. Love it. Yeah, named Spidey for a reason. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we got one more card here to reveal, I think. Actually, no. Hold on. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why was I thinking there's 7 cards? Is one of these stuck? No. No. Well, how about that? 7 cards per pack. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 cards, not 7. That's fascinating. So we were actually shorted a card, but you know what? We hit really well. We got the Rogue and 2 Spider-Mans, Onslaught, Apocalypse, and Doc Ock. I think we hit top cards, excluding the Doc Ock, which I'm not mad about at all. Don't get me wrong. But to only get 6 cards out of the pack, that's really interesting. What do you do when you're shorted a card and you have 3 packs? What do you do? Do you open another pack? Maybe it's in there. Maybe one of these packs has 8 cards in it. I don't know. Let's get these put into the top loader. You open the other packs. That's what you do, right? Marvel Guy, ABR. Always be ripping. All right, let's get these in the top loader first so we don't damage them beyond what they already are. They do look really clean. I'm not gonna lie to you. Definitely no bricking at all. And I was thinking, I was like, maybe a card stuck together, and I just didn't notice it, but it didn't. Yeah, there's only one way to find out. I tell you, my curiosity is like, I'm like Curious George. It's hard for anything to stay sealed around me. Okay. Apocalypse in the top loader here. All right, so for those who may just be joining us, we've got 3 packs of 1996 Marvel Masterpieces. I definitely want to get one of the packs graded. I was thinking about getting two of the packs graded, but we were short a card. We hit 6 really good cards with Rogue, Spider-Man, Apocalypse, Doc Ock, Onslaught, and Spider-Man. So we got 2 Spider-Man out of 1 pack, but we're short one of the 7 cards. So now to decide which to open out of these 2, I think decision is pretty easy. I think it's going to be this one because this is the one that had the whiting already. Yeah, thank goodness no bricking, because if these were bricked, we'd be in trouble. But I mean, the price was pretty low, so it wasn't too bad. So let's get into this one. Come on. If I get a pack graded, how long till I crack the slab? Probably when I get it. No, it depends on the grade, to be honest with you. If it gets like graded a 6, I'm opening it. Like, it's getting open, but maybe even a 7. But if it's 8, 9, or 10, I'll keep it in the slab. Okay. Let's see if we can open this one any better than the last one. The last one was a pain to open. You know, I can see the back card. I can't help it, and I'm really happy what I can see. Come on. Get this pack clean and open. This pack is full of G.I. Joe cards. That would be fun, although I'm not a G.I. Joe guy. It'd be a pretty interesting video, though. All right, we're going to start this one off with Holocaust here. I definitely don't have this card. And, you know, Holocaust can't go by that name anymore. They now call them Nemesis. Cool card. That one sleeved. Oops. Yeah, we got a good pack here, guys. Can see it already. We've got Jean Grey. Look at that. Look at that, Jean. So nice. I don't have that card either. And then we have Carnage and Legacy. I don't have this card, so it's really nice to get that one. I have the other Carnage. It's one I've had since I was a kid. Sold for under 200. That's crazy. Oh, this is the fun card we got next. Look at that. We got Ant-Man riding, I think that's maybe a wasp. No, that's an ant. It's a winged ant. Cool artwork there for sure. Ooh, let me get that sleeve cut. Does anybody else cut their sleeves when they're putting in cards? All right, we got that thick Daredevil here. That's cool. We're going to go ahead and show the last card. Look at that. We got Thanos, and I really needed that card. I do not have it. Very happy to have that one. Super pleased. All right, we've got our last card here, I think. Oh, we got a checklist. We get multiple characters. We get a checklist. Look at that. And I have a checklist, but it is in terrible shape. Are you going to give me some smooth sleeves, man? That's nice. Oh, I'm kind of happy to hit the checklist. It's got Spidey, Daredevil, and Black Cat on there. That's fun. And yeah. So let's count how many cards we got in this pack. Curious. Well, once I get this one sleeved. All right, so we got Daredevil, Checklist, Thanos, Ant-Man, Carnage, Jean Grey, and Holocaust. So we got our 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we did not get shorted this time like we did last time. But even though this one only has 6 cards in it, I definitely think we outdid it because of the Rogue, Spider-Man, Onslaught, and Apocalypse. To me, the best cards in this pack was Jean Grey, Carnage, and Thanos. Well, I mean, this is still a great pack too. All these cards are just so amazing. It's hard to look down on any of them, to be honest with you. That's not to check anything on the checklist. So, well, that was a lot of fun. Not quite the Rogue Human Torch double impact pull that we had early on in the channel. That video has really meant a lot to me, and that whole experience meant a ton to me. But I don't know if you guys have seen that video or not. Make sure you check it out. It is really good. So while we're live here, do any of you guys have any questions for me? Anything you want to ask me? Anything you want to look at? Yeah, the Thanos is great. Jacob, actually, that is not Magneto. That is Onslaught. And let's go back to this view here. That is when Professor X and Magneto formed into Onslaught, which was a big storyline whenever I was actually reading comic books as a kid. Something cool that's coming up that you'll see on the channel soon, actually have a Jim Lee sketch and auto on a comic book that's going to get delivered probably within a week or a half or so. Can't wait to show you guys. How close am I getting to completing this set? I haven't sat down with a checklist, but I bet, let me look at this checklist and I can kind of get a better idea. Let's see. Of the 100 cards, I probably have close to 50 or 60. I have 3 double impacts, only 1 gold gallery. So I need the big card that I need is the Cap and Silver Surfer. That's the big card that I need. Need the base Silver Surfer. That's another card that I really like to have. It was Magneto say he was already driving to Louisiana to make a deal for it. Yeah, probably true. Yeah, there is a really awesome Magneto. The Magneto duel with Dark Phoenix is just top notch. Am I going to have any videos of the Dallas Card Show? Yes. So as long as COVID doesn't intervene or something like that, going to be going to the Dallas Card Show, and we will. We're gonna do some video in there, meet up with some people. Hopefully some other Marvel card collectors, and see what kind of Marvel cards are at the Dallas show. Yeah, we'll certainly be recording. Probably go live a couple of times. Yeah, Daredevil is a cool card. Yeah, he really is. Can't see it in that small screen, but yeah, certainly is. Check the first pack. It was short one card. I mean, I did. It's not in there. I can guarantee that. I looked. Some magic trick is gone. You know what? I ought to call Upper Deck and see if they'll do a replacement pack. Let them know I was short a card. And we complain about X-Men Metal card quality. Look, I got shorted a card in one of the highest quality packs ever made by Marvel. Does that mean I can stay in your hotel? I'm kind of confused what that comment means, Marvel guy. I haven't confirmed, but I certainly want to go. Hopefully, Brett will go too. Yeah, it is crazy that those cards are missing, but you win some, you lose some. One of my biggest losses of the year. This is actually kind of fun. So, because a lot of times you only see the good stuff, right? You don't always see the losses that card collectors get. But early in the year, I was chasing the Spider-Man buyback, and ended up in a deal that went south that cost me 2 buybacks that I sold to get $900 to buy an MCU card that I don't collect. And then I paid $1,200 for a Spider-Man alternate M 6-arm Spider-Man buyback. And one just ended on auction last week, I think, for $356. So I paid $1,200 for a card that I failed to trade for previously, that then eventually sold for $350. So that's one of my bigger losses of the year. Yeah, they might give me a buyback. That'd be nice. You have 2 queen beds, so if your son's not coming, oh man, look, I was kidding, but yeah, man, love to hang out for sure. I don't actually know how long we'll stay. I'm sure we'll spend the night somewhere. Yeah, Jacob, that was rough. Yep, it was, but like I said, you win some, you lose some. So here's some other stuff that I plan on opening eventually on the channel. Okay. Boom. Get these camera angles. So for those who don't know, this is the Walmart edition of the Flair X-Men, which is cool. It has an insert card that is not in the regular retail box. The problem is these are expensive, and you don't know if they're bricked. And frankly, the inserts really aren't worth opening it, but I don't know. I might do it one day. Now I've got another box of Jim Lee, Uncanny X-Men, and I actually had somebody reach out to me today. They opened up one of these boxes and actually pulled the Jim Lee auto of Magneto, the Magneto card with the Jim Lee auto. Now, I know people that have the Jim Lee auto cards. I actually have one of Wolverine. It's at PSA right now, but I haven't met anybody that's actually pulled one out of the pack. So that was really cool. And I still have, I have 2 boxes of this actually. I'm just holding on to. With grading prices like they are, definitely don't want to open those. So, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Miles. That's actually to hide the mess that's behind it, because the hobby room is a wreck. I put a bunch of stuff in it, working on the display of the Sentinels, and because of that, I haven't had a chance to fix it because I'm still working on that display. Biggest loss was a cable geode for $120. Now some sell for $140. Yeah, no, the geodes. All right, let's talk about that for a second. So when X-Men Metal came out, the geodes were really hot. So I pulled a Deadpool geode out of my very first X-Men Metal box the very first day that it was delivered. I put it up on eBay for, I think, something like $2,000, because we didn't understand the cards yet. And when I did that, somebody then made me an offer for $765, and I took it. And now that card is like, I don't know, $150, $200, something like that. Because geodes actually were not as rare as people thought. And then when they got into EPAC, geodes were part of an EPAC achievement. And once those achievements were hit, people sell geodes, and they sell the cards that they use for achievements really cheap after the achievements are redeemed, after the cards are redeemed. And if you don't understand that, we'll do some videos later about EPAC and achievements and redeem and what all that means. Not going to look at the first pack. Yes, I did, Pops. I did look at it. I don't know if you saw me do that. Uh, love them. Yeah, the geos are nice. Yeah, the super short print geos do go crazy. They went real crazy on EPAC because people were using them to complete the achievement. I actually sold a storm geode for quite a bit of money, actually, because it was unredeemed. All I heard is I'm about to open all these boxes. Yep. Like right now, no. I do have some cards I would like to open with you guys, but they're actually in the house. I would have to leave and go get them. It would take a few minutes. Is there a Marvel card Discord? Yes, there is a Upper Deck sponsored Marvel card Discord. Bryce, if you will message me on Instagram, I can. Well, if you're on Instagram, you're not on Facebook. I can send you that link. But there is an Upper Deck Discord. Although I did just pull a Satellite Geode on EPAC. Yeah, it's still a cool card. They're still cool in hand. And I don't know what the longevity of that card is going to be, how special people will consider it or not. I think for character collectors, like I would love to have the Wolverine or a Magneto. That would be great. They did not have a Dark Phoenix Geode, and that's what I actually chased out of the X-Men metal set. Question on Weiss cards, can they print unlimited since it's TCG? I would expect so. Now, I heard some people say that there would not be an American release, and now I've heard people say there will be an American release. So I would be really careful with the Weiss cards if you're ripping them or buying them because you have some sense that they're going to be worth a lot of money. I just don't know. I think if you were trying to spec on TCGs, you would want to do the Versus system first edition, like it's stamped on there first edition. So you got to be careful, specking on those. Yeah, no, there was no number cards in 1996. The only super rare insert in 96 was redemption cards. If you hit a redemption, it's still valuable because people want it as part of a master set, but obviously you can no longer redeem them. And what that means is you actually mail the card in and they send you an original piece of art from this set. You would redeem the artwork by sending them the card. Oh, you got your Mags Geode? It looks great. I would love to have one. That would be awesome. You love the purely periodics, just wish the printing quality was better. Jordan, are you talking about the centering? Because, the quality it seems to be there. It's just some of those cards are terribly off-centered. I have a few periodics. One of them is a big card, big name, but the back is off-centered bad. Is anybody else going to the Dallas card show? Yeah, so it is centering. Yeah. For those of you who are on Instagram, did you see where a guy went into a comic book shop today and behind the counter they had a red Spider-Man PMG from 2013 retro graded as an SGC 8.5? Like, could you imagine walking into your local LCS comic book store and finding a 2013 red Spider-Man PMG? Not just any PMG, a red Spider-Man PMG on top of that. It's almost just too crazy to believe. Dave, so I watched a little bit of Whatnot when it first came out, and what limited experience I've had in a casino, it kind of had that feel, which is like, music and trying to kind of keep you engaged and spending money like in a hurry. Boom, 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 spin, spin, for this chance to win. And so I kind of stayed off of it. But my buddy, Ian Fisher, who I adore quite a bit, does have a Whatnot channel. And he tries to run, what I would consider a pretty fair show in terms of what people get for what they're paying for it. I've watched a little bit of it. He's always fun. Somehow he always pulls fire. So it's kind of a fun thing for me. But I've only ever bought one pack on Whatnot, and that's it. What's up? Hey, everybody. Let me tell you, this is Frankie Ruiz. He's in the house. And this is the guy who pulled the gold 1 of 1 Spider-Man out of 2017 Flare Ultra Spider-Man. The original guy who pulled it. Super awesome. Frankie, it's always good to see your name pop up. I love you too, man. Really do appreciate you. Could you imagine ripping the pack and the 1 of 1 gold Spider-Man being in it? Just unbelievable. You spoke to him right after he was happy and freaking out. Yeah, about pulling that about getting that 2013 retro Spider-Man. For sure. And it sounds like you got a good deal. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like you did well. I would have freaked out when the owner said he checked the comps to give him a better deal. Yeah, I heard him say that. So you guys possibly have seen the previous video that I uploaded where I went to the comic book store. And while I was there, I spent literally like an hour and a half digging through backstock, going through Key Collector, looking up books and setting them to the side. And if you haven't done it in a while, like, it's hard work. You're bent over, hunched over this whole time. And I get to the register and he's like, yeah, I'm going to have to check the comps on these. I'm like, no, don't do that. Because they did have prices on them. Like, they had sticker prices on them. And but thankfully he actually sold most of them to me for what the retail of the book was. So they were fair. They were just making sure there wasn't a diamond in the rough in there, so to speak. But it freaked me out. I really think people should price their stuff personally. But that's just me. I get why that's difficult. How much were they wanting for it? He did not ask. He didn't say there was a price. He didn't say, what he paid for it. He just said he got a really good deal. And, I don't know if he'll sell it or not, but certainly a good find. You just got done with your second set of Marvel versus DC. You think it's an undervalued set. Yeah, I mean, it has some cool art because it has original art from Julie Bell, from Joe Jusko and those artists. So I agree with you. From an art standpoint, it is undervalued. I mean, the quality of the art is almost as good as Masterpiece. Yeah, Frank pulled the pull of a lifetime. Hey, bud, I love this channel. I bought a sealed pack of 1996 Marvel Masterpiece box in perfect shape for $902,000. You sold it for $1,200. Oh, I bet it does hurt every day, man. But don't live with regret. I know that's hard, but man, wow, yeah, because that's a $7,000 box now, right? That's about what they go for, $5,000 to $7,000 if they're in good shape. Man, now thank you for the support of the channel. Really appreciate it. And yep. Frank, you and Brett would like each other. You're all both cool dudes. Dave, I appreciate that. Love the stories about Frank. Yeah, Frank is, he's a legend. Absolute legend. Oh, man. Hey, I appreciate that, Jago. That's really cool. You like your local card store. They've given you really good deals on all of the sealed boxes you bought from them. That's really special, man, because we have one local comic book store. It's literally right out of the 1980s. And, nice guy. But try to support him. I definitely buy books there pretty regularly. But it's not quite what I would like to see in a local comic book store. There's not a strong desire to expand product and get, be able to buy cards, like get deals with Upper Deck and whoever else. And when I travel out of town and go to other comic book stores, I tell you, it's not always a pleasant experience. You have questions, and there's the person that's working seems a little guarded. And I obviously think that's because they deal with some people who, might make you want to be a little guarded. But man, would really love to have a vibrant, lively, inviting local comic book store who is really just thinking about how to better serve, the community of collectors. Someone who would want to build a community around the store. You see that with Burbank cards in California, and we see it because they're putting out content around it. But I mean, they have trade nights with food trucks at night. Like, could you imagine Friday night going out to a card shop, comic book store, and they've got burgers, and you're having fun, you're making trades, you're ripping packs, whatever. To me, that would be amazing. I would love to have access to something like that. Was able to pull a whole Hollow Hulk versus Superman. Oh, yeah, out of the DC versus Marvel. That's pretty cool. I can't remember who the artist is, but I definitely remember that card. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, Frank is awesome. You can actually see the video on Instagram where Frank and I opened up the mail whenever I received the gold 1 of 1. It's a pretty cool video. Oh, why don't I do it? Yeah, that's a great question. I keep asking myself that question on a regular basis. Part of it is because I live in a town called West Monroe, Louisiana, and you know, I believe we could sustain it here. I've had this thought. I'm like, hey, what if we make it Marvel Monroe? Monroe is the Marvel hub for Marvel cards. Like that's and that's the name of our town, Monroe, West Monroe, and the Twin Cities. But my twin brother, he did have a comic book store, and unfortunately, COVID claimed it and had to shut it down. But you never know. One day we might go and do something together and have some type of store. We've had this vision about doing something called Nerd Universe, which would be a lot of fun. And some of these concepts and ideas have been in place for that. What is your opinion on how to store your collection sleeves inside of binders? Well, so I like to have cards in binders if I'm building sets. And that's not because I'm trying to collect it, or that's not because I'm trying to preserve its condition. That just goes back to my childhood and the way I kind of enjoy. I really just enjoy sitting down and sleeving a set of cards and going through and curating them and getting them in the right order and putting them in the sleeves and seeing if it's complete. But if I'm not building a set, it's going to go into a top loader, a sleeve, a top loader, or a one touch, and I'm going to store it in a box or put it in. I like to display my stuff. I like to be able to visibly see a lot of my collection. Like my Dark Phoenix collection, I got a stand or a cabinet would be a better word, that's open with shelves, and I've got the cards across like in rainbow style, and then the inserts that follow that. So I like to visibly see them. I have these stands right here that you guys are probably familiar with, and I use those. And then I like to put action figures next to the cards that go with that card and create kind of a really cool action figure Marvel card display, because both of those things mean a lot to me. Oh, well, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Webby. I don't need the clubs. Give me food trucks and trade night for sure. Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you. You own a trophy shop. I believe it. I can't believe some of the things I get asked in my shop. I bet comic shops have to deal with that too. Yeah, I can't, dude. I imagine that people come in there and, I mean, one guy was telling me the story where they had to ban people from coming into the store because of hygiene. Like, how is the batch of cards you sent to PSA doing? Well, I think they're sitting there really well, but they're being graded according to, the flow chart that they have. And I think I'll have them within a month, really. I think it's not that far away. And it'll be about 100 and something cards. And I can't wait to open those, because those cards kind of represent a unique journey for me the past year, because the first thing I did in 2021 was make that video with my brother, which was really about 90 MU and how the prices were going crazy. And then from there, it went into 2020 Marvel masterpieces and opening up those on ePack. And then from there, it morphed into trying to get cards into PSA as fast as possible before the prices skyrocketed. And I had no idea what I was doing, like literally no clue. And so I imagine that there are going to be a lot of bad grades. It's going to be quite the learning experience for me. But now a year later, seeing how much I've grown in this hobby, how much the hobby itself has grown, and being able to have kind of a close view of that has been a lot of fun. So these cards are going to be pretty special to me when they arrive. Marvel Card Store would be great, great in a Marvel, Arkansas. Oh, are you in Arkansas, Jordan? That I was in Little Rock. That's what the comic book store that I went into, Kapow Comics. Is there a binder sleeve page that is better for more reinforcement that you would recommend keeping? So here is what I've been told. So you have the sleeves that have the rings, and then you have those that are kind of woven into the binder. There's no rings at all. And I've been told that the no rings binder is the best way to go. That way the card doesn't get up against the ring. Yeah, it's like 123. Yeah, it is. A lot of 90 MU. I was right there with everybody else, or mostly everybody else, getting those in to be graded. But I also have some really other cool 90 stuff, some 96 cards in there. And actually have some Kobe Bryant rookie cards in there as well. So excited about getting those. I always think of grading unboxing as a second opening. Yeah, no, it really is. It is a second opening. It's a reveal. I don't know that I have the ability to wait until I get the cards to look at the grades. I told you I have a strong sense of curiosity, and I don't know I'll be able to wait, but we'll see. Do you think I should wait and discover the grades with you, or should I look at it first and be prepared? Is there a 90 MU Spider-Man number 29 PSA that's currently at 720 with over an hour left? Look, I mean, those cards are hard to get in PSA 10. I bet that pop is still under 100 right now. Oh, you've been to that town. There's a Marvel, Arkansas. Yeah, did not know that. Wow. Also made me wonder if Masterpiece 2020 was in homage to that set, since he's 29 and M20 as well. I bet that wasn't on accident. I think they wanted to make him a tier 1 anyway, since he had been a tier 4 the previous 2 years. So number 29 makes sense. Okay, definitely should wait. All right, I'll wait for you guys. We'll go live like this. That's how we'll do. We'll go live and we'll just open them up together. I think that I don't think people really think about, or maybe just talk about when it comes to the cards or comics, it's just making sure that they have the right insurance on it. Are you talking about, when you talk about insurance, are you talking about like for your, like if your house were to burn down, insurance? Is that what you mean? Kind of confused by that one. You're headed home to your first box of Weiss and Schwarz. That's why, what's your thoughts on that Marvel card? So I've opened up 6 boxes of Weiss and Schwarz, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit. They have some beautiful cards. In fact, I happen to have them. So let's take a look at them real quick. So this is a triple rare here. This is probably the rarest card I pulled of the, I think they call these climates or something like that. And then you have the stamp cards, which are really cool. Doctor Strange. That's called an MR. Another stamp card here of Wasp. Of Captain Marvel. And these are secret rares, so the foiling's a little different here. But I got another Wasp, got a Thor, a Mantis. And these are your double rares here. Very cool Spider-Man. Got a few of those. Iron Man, Black Widow. Got a few of those. Thor, the Captain Marvel. A couple of Hulks, Thanos, and Hawkeye. That's not all of them. That's actually out of the 4 boxes last night. So I have 2 other boxes worth of hits. What's my plan on grading those? I'm going to send a few to CGC because they already grade them. These are the only Marvel cards that CGC currently grades. And I want to see what they look like in a CGC slab. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that, Webby. Burn down, destroyed. Okay, so here's my advice on that. You should have an Excel spreadsheet and photos of anything that's valuable in your collection. and you should send it to your insurance agent. You should keep it in your email. That way, if your house burns down, you have proof of what you own. And I'm pretty sure that advice is what your insurance agent will give you, but you need to make sure you get you can't just take the photos and have a list. You actually have to get it insured. You have to call them and tell them what personal items you're insuring. And that matters more and more because, you know, these cars, they add up in value. And if your house were to burn down, it would be really difficult to replace it. Does anybody else keep a list of their cards for insuring purposes? You know, I get the receipts. That can prove, I think more that would prove ownership rather than value because value changes. If it's a recent purchase, I can see that for sure. Yep, that's what you tell your clients. Oh, that's what you're, oh, so you're an insurance agent. Very cool. That's why vaults like PWCC have become popular. Yeah, so what Marvel Guy is talking about is PWCC, you send them your cards, and with part of their service and their vaulting comes insurance. And I don't even know if you have to pay anything additional for it. If you have your cards there, they insure them, but make sure you check with them. I don't have valuable enough cards to warrant that. You might one day. You never know. Never know. You're welcome, Brett. No, always good to have you hang out with us, man. The problem is for me is like to keep up with how many cards are coming in. Like I've been on a pretty big buying spree for Marvel cards because I believe that there's still a really bright future for these cards from an investment standpoint, from a collectible standpoint. And these cards that I want to have in my collection, I'm afraid that I don't even like that word, but I know that if I don't get them now, they're going to be more expensive in the future as more and more people come into the hobby. Because it's happening. I can tell you that on a daily basis, my messages are getting, you know, more and more and more active every day as new people are coming into, you know, the Marvel card community. What do we say? We say Marvel cards, baby. Yeah. People are coming in. And if we continue to see these really big sales, it's only going to garner more and more attention. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to look at the scope of Marvel as a property, and then look at how small the Marvel card hobby is in comparison to other trading card hobbies, and believe that we can stay the size we are right now. Have I seen the original Spider-Man movie inserts? I just bought the purple Green Goblin, and it looks so good. Are you talking about the purple PMGs? Is that what you're talking about? Or is it something else? Because the purples look great, and they're not numbered, and because of that, they're undervalued. Yeah, Marvel cards, baby. So I called Dave and Adams today to ask them if they could confirm the February 9th release date of Spider-Man Metal. They apparently get a product email that confirms release dates. He looked for that email. They do not have it yet, but he says a lot of times they don't get that until the Friday before the Wednesday of the release. So that means it could be as late as, you know, like February 3rd or 4th before Dave and Adams will confirm shipment for February 9th. So yeah, if you're asking what sets I'm excited for, obviously Spider-Man Metal. You have Marvel Beginnings. You have a brand new release right now that just started coming out, which is a Marvel Annual. Not my set per se, but a lot of people are enjoying it. It's got pretty rare sketch cards in it from the likes of like Peach Momoka. Then you have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is really delayed because that movie came out, 2-3 years ago, seems like now. but it's going to have really cool autos in it. And so I think people are going to be chasing the autos and the sketches in that set. So yeah, we got quite a few that's coming out. That's pretty cool. There was a hollow foil from the original movie set. No, Bryce, I'm not familiar with that one. You have to somehow send me a photo of it. I'd love to see it. So, Marvel Guy, when you say it looks like April or May, unfortunately, is that new news from you today that you've gotten, or from someone else, or is that just what your expectations are? Yes, I do like the Weiss Schwarz. Yeah, we were just talking about that because I was just going through some of the cards a few minutes ago. Here, they're a lot of fun. Okay, well, you're gonna have to tell me more about that. I hate that. Oh, I was really looking forward to opening Spider-Man Metal in February. Um, Got to find something else to open. Better go ahead and get this pack to PSA before before I sacrifice it as well. Okay, so Upper Deck Rep on Marvel Card podcast said early second quarter. I have not had a chance to listen to that today. So you're talking about Tyler Ray on there did announce that he thinks it's going to be second quarter. Well, man, got 20 boxes coming. Oh wow, of the Weiss Schwarz. That's awesome, man. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah, Marvel Guy had to bring the energy down, man. We were so excited. We were having fun. Now we're mourning the loss of Spider-Man Metal for February and maybe March. Dang. Did they happen to say what is causing the delay? I got to be careful not to miss a podcast from MWCC. If they say it's paper again, that's the reason for the delay, man. Yeah, I know you do, man. I know you do. Can't wait to rip it. You pre-order Spider-Man Metal from Steel City. I did not order from Steel City. Well, that's not true. So I had originally ordered 6 boxes from Steel City, but they were $400 a box. When Dave and Adams released their boxes for $340, I canceled that order and got the 6 from Dave and Adams. And right now, Dave and Adams has their boxes for $370. Yeah. Okay, they're just slammed. I get it. Everybody's slammed. I totally get it. Makes perfect sense. It's just going to be so much fun. The anticipation for Spider-Man Metal is going to continue to build. It's just once it hits, it's going to be through the roof. Yeah, I mean, there's so much driving those prices. I mean, could you imagine if X-Men Metal had knocked it out of the park, how much Spider-Man Metal would cost right now? For Spider-Man fans, the best thing that happened is that X-Men Metal didn't knock it out of the park. Those prices would be $500 a box, especially with PMG sales like they are right now. You get a numbered parallel in every box. And because you get a numbered parallel in every box, you have the chances for the PMGs in every box. I mean, that's not going to happen. You have the chance at a PMG. And so if the X-Men Metal PMG would have been top shelf, it would be very difficult to get these Spider-Man boxes. After that, you heard, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm with you because that means we can spend money in Atlanta before we have to pay for our Spider-Man boxes. Yes, I've heard about the paper shortage, and it makes sense. I mean, with everything that's going on in the world, it does. It's just, man, it's tough waiting on it because we some of us plan our lives to some degree financially around this. I actually planned time off at the end of December and January, specifically the way I was going to be off during the holidays around the potential release of Spider-Man Metal. So, there's quite a bit that goes on around the release of these cards. I'm going to Disney in March. I may not be able to afford any Spider-Man cards in April. So that's why Spawn is not doing second printings. That's going to have an interesting impact on the value of first printings then. Fascinating. Speaking of Spawn and the Todd father, as they say, he is doing a pre-order through Target for a Batman, I'll call it a statue, it's an action figure. And with it, he's autographing the back of a Batman trading card. So it's an on-card auto from Batman, and the statue mirrors one of his Batman arts. Yeah, you should be getting interest for everything you've already paid for back in September. Yeah, I'm with you. Now, Bryce, we've heard similar things. I was just curious if they actually said it today on the podcast. Yeah, but back to Todd McFarlane's auto, I would love to have that, even though I'm not a big DC guy. I do love Batman. Batman is probably my third or fourth favorite comic book character. And I have a ton of Batman action figures. I have a few comic books, not a ton. But I'm a big Todd McFarlane fan, so it kind of brings two worlds together there. I would love to have one of those autos. All right, guys. Any other questions for me tonight? Anything else you want to talk about before we sign off? This has been a ton of fun. Opening up 96 Marvel Masterpieces together. Always a blast. And don't know when we get to do it again. Keep an eye on the channel. We're going to get this out to grade at some point, probably pretty soon. I probably won't delay that too long. And I'll be sure to share that on the channel once I get it. But anyways, really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. This is kind of my first live I've done in a long time. So been a lot of fun. We'll do more of these later in the future. Feel free to hit me up on Instagram, SpideyJoe9 there as well. Have a lot of fun on Instagram, a lot of content there. And remember to check out Marvel's Pack Fresh podcast here on YouTube. We do a podcast a week, typically have pretty good guests. Oh, I got something really special to tell you before we sign off. So I messaged the original writers of X-Men, the animated series. And told them, hey, look, your animated series had a profound impact on a lot of our childhoods, which bled into Marvel cards and is one of the reasons we love Marvel cards. And I wanted to see if they would do an interview with me, and we're talking about times to do that. So cross your fingers. I pray it happens, but it looks like we might be able to get Eric and Julia on to talk about the original X-Men animated series and the new X-Men 97, the new series that's coming on Disney Plus. And I've been in conversations with the people who originally designed PMGs and trying to work out their schedule to get them on to talk about the genesis of PMGs, how it's evolved over time. And so we might have two pretty big interviews coming up in the future. So hopefully they'll work out for us. So if you think of any questions for the writers of X-Men, the animated series, let me know. Yeah, I do think it's cool, guys. Yeah, I have the music. No. It's in my head too, man. Always. It never leaves. It stays rent-free, right? It stays rent-free in my head. So all right. Hey, I had a blast. Oh, wait. Hold on. Dave here. Just won a PSA 10 Peach Auto Loki. Good for you, man. Good for you. Yeah, brother. I enjoyed it as well. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. And we'll keep an eye on us for some content coming from Dallas. And as always, I hope you all have a marvelous day.